Today on Internet Marketing Pro, we're going to discuss the subject matter of the top tech trends for 2014. Broadcasting from the great mountaintops of western North Carolina. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be across the nation and around the world. I'm your host, Chad Deckard, and welcome to our Internet Marketing Pro and EzineGenerator.com podcast show. Our shows will cover how to grow your business as well as topics on tips, tricks, and techniques, digital lifestyles, the preeminent professional internet marketers, and so much more. Thank you for tuning into our show as we begin this adventure together exploring many great things to come. Now, let's cover a quick few announcements. And did you know that you can take the show with you wherever you go on your mobile device? Well, you can, and you can subscribe to the show through YouTube's, iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, Zune, and other syndicates in the description of this program. If you like our show and find it resourceful, please do your social network a favor and share, like, post, leave a comment to our show. And be sure to visit EzineGenerator.com to become part of the free community member to get exclusive access to thousands of quality marketing resources at your fingertips. Now, let's get down to business. So today, I'm going to discuss with you all the top tech trends that are coming for 2014. And what I'm going to do a little bit different about this show than I have in my previous shows is I am going to actually cover an article that someone else wrote, and I want to give credit to that person and the source for this information, because all I'm basically going to do is basically reread and review the article with you all. But because I saw this article out there, I found it very intriguing because I study trends to be able to anticipate new things that are coming down the line and new opportunities. And I wanted to share this trend of 2014, what new opportunities are beginning to develop moving forward in the future. Because everything is beginning to speed up even more and more with the processor being faster than it ever has and smaller than it ever has, and now we've got everything down to a small mobile device. It's absolutely amazing how fluid the markets are and how things can change literally overnight. And if you want to be a savvy business entrepreneur in today's environment, you need to be on top of these trends, because sometimes these first adapters sometimes can really carve out an edge on their competitors and gain market share by getting into the market early by following these trends. So to begin with today, I'm going to give credit to Julie Bort. She published an article. It's called 9 Tech Trends That Will Make Someone Billions of Dollars Next Year, and that means 2014. And her article was posted in the BusinessInsider.com website. If you'd refer to the description of this program, I have a link within the description pointing it to their website of where I got this source. But because I'm limited on having a guest speaker here this week because of the holidays and some other personal things that happened this week, I don't have a guest this week, so the best thing I can do as far as information that I've worked on is just kind of bring up a hot article like this and share it with you all. And you can go and do the research yourself. So let's go ahead and dive right in. 2014 is right around the corner. And, most of us can look into our crystal balls and see that a handful of tech trends, which became big in 2013, will probably get even bigger next year. Cloud computing, big data, the rise of tablets, and the Internet of Things, But the market research from a firm called IDC has gone one better by predicting how these trends will unfold next year and generate billions of dollars. The first topic matter that they covered is people and companies will spend $2.1 trillion on technology. Worldwide IT spending will grow 5% next year to $2.1 trillion, IDC says. People and companies will buy smartphones and tablets. A market is expected to grow by 15% over 2013. And companies will also beef up their data centers with new hardware that works better with mobile devices. So they'll need new servers, storage, networks, software, and services. And the only thing they won't be buying much more of is PCs. Worldwide revenues for PCs will be declining by 6% in 2014, IDC predicts. So as you can see, the PC is the new 8-track tape player. If those of you don't know what an 8-track tape player is, equivalent to cassette tapes or maybe even CDs these days. So the obsolescence of it. So the next subject matter that is a hot trend is countries outside the U.S. and Europe will buy tech like crazy. People and companies in emerging countries will buy new tech at a blinding rate in 2014. The 4 hottest emerging markets in the world right now are Brazil, Russia, India, and China, often called the BRIC nations. They will up their spending by nearly 13%, IDC predicts, with China leading the way. IDC also predicts that for the first time, other emerging countries will collectively start spending big on tech. And this includes other countries in Asia, Latin America, the Middle East, and Africa. All told, tech spending outside the United States and Europe will rise 10% to nearly $740 billion and make up more than one-third of all the worldwide IT spending. This will be where the big IT vendors get the most of their over 60% of their growth rate from. So, the next subject matter that she covered, and that is, once again, I want to give credit to on this article I'm pulling this information from, Julie Bort. And like I said, the link is in the description of this program if you want to refer to this article for your own personal use. The next big trend topic that she covers is businesses will pour money into the cloud. The cloud's going to be something really big to look out for. A lot of the things that I've been reading and people that I've met and some things are all pointing to the cloud. I know there's a big revolution, just as big as when the internet first came on commercially, is about to occur in so many different dynamic ways. It's pretty exciting, and I'm personally taking my own time in this month and next month to really begin to study a new aspect of digital marketing that I haven't really been really super involved with in the past, but plan on, because of the trends, getting involved in more in the future. So let's jump right back into this. 2014 was the year the companies stopped kicking the tires on cloud computing and started buying it big time. In 2014, spending on the cloud will be absolutely mind-boggling. And IDC predicts that the cloud will drive nearly $100 billion worth of spending in 2014, up 25% over 2013. And that indicates that the hardware cloud service providers will need to buy more hardware in order to keep up with the customer demand. So the cloud's getting bigger. So what does that mean? Well, the giants or the titans of the internet are going to have to obviously try to dominate the cloud for themselves like they have the internet. And obviously that means Amazon and Google will start a war for the cloud. Cloud computing is also going to get increasingly specialized with more cloud services for specific industries. IDC expects Amazon Web Services to lead the way with an avalanche of new services for developers and businesses in 2014. Google will set up and give Amazon a run for its money. Then all the IT companies that did well with the pre-cloud era like Cisco, EMC, HP, IBM, Microsoft, VMware will step up and chase Amazon and Google with their clouds too. So the next big topic we're going to cover is mobile devices will go nuts and will be endangering the superpower giant Microsoft. The rise of the mobile devices has been going on for years, and it won't stop in 2014. Worldwide tablet sales will grow by 18% and smartphones will grow by 12% next year, IDC predicts. This is already a huge market, and by the end of 2013, $423.1 billion will be generated by smartphones and tablets that cost less than $350, IDC predicts. Device sales will continue to be dominated by Apple and Samsung, but in 2014, Android developers will start making more money catching up, but not surpassing the money that iOS developers make, and IDC predicts that. So we're going to go with that. Anyway, it's also obvious that 2014 will be a make it or break it year for Microsoft in the mobile market. IDC says that to watch the app developers, Microsoft needs to quickly double their mobile developer interest in Windows, or it is dead meat. So the next big trend coming down is one of my favorite areas, is big data even gets bigger. So spending on big data technologies and services will grow by a hefty 30% in 2014, surpassing $14 billion, IDC predicts. Big data is where companies tap into huge volumes of data stored in their own data centers and elsewhere on the internet. And they use computers to instantly sift through that data to predict business conditions and serve customers. With big data so hot, companies will have a hard time hiring people to fill big data jobs. That means the coolest, most interesting new big data apps will come as cloud services, and enterprises will want to buy big data as a service instead of building it themselves. And don't I love that, because I am a data guy. Anyway, the next general topic we're going to cover as far as trends next year is social networking and software gets absorbed. One trend that will ebb in 2014 is social networking. Enterprise social networking will become a feature in most enterprise software, IDC predicts, and that means that companies may be less interested in buying Facebook for the enterprise chat apps. They'll get that as part of other apps that they buy. So by mid-2015, virtually all enterprise software will have some sort of social feature built in, IDC says. And so we move on to the next general trend that's coming, and that is the rise of the crowdsourced innovations. So 2014 will see the rise of communities of innovators. IDC says instead of building a new product or service by itself, companies will increasingly use social tech to crowdsource development from many sources like customers, partners, and startups. Each industry will have its own innovation platform where the crowd gathers, and IDC describes. An early example of this is GE's Predix. It's a cloud service that helps bring big industrial companies that build products, it says. And industries will turn the cloud players like Amazon, Microsoft, IBM, Salesforce, and others into host their industry-specific clouds. So it's almost like people are building their own networks and their own software in this cloud that's a subset of the internet itself. Kind of like going into a casino and you can never find your way out the door, you know? So the next trend we're moving on to is the Internet of Things becomes an actual thing. Yes. In 2012, a new version of the Internet was turned on. Did you know that? Well, you know what? Most people don't. Well, it will allow billions of new devices to join the Internet, creating what is called the Internet of Things, or the IoT. And in 2013, the big IT vendors like Cisco and Salesforce started to release their first IoT products. And next year will bring more from, big vendors and startups alike. IDC didn't predict how much revenue IoT will generate in 2014, but it quickly ramped up. And by 2020, 30 billion inanimate objects will be made smart and added to the internet, controlled by apps. By 2020, IoT will generate an astounding $8.9 trillion in revenues, IDC says. IoT is the new internet that's coming, and it will absolutely blow your mind, being in 3D, and the entire computer apparatus will completely change, and it will be like science fiction coming to life. Watch what will happen. If you have no vision, start looking it up. You'll be amazed. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate it. Feel free to repost, share it on your blog, tell other people about the show, and be sure to subscribe. Take care now, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.